Hello, my friends. Welcome to the August monthly reading. I'm going to get us going here by burning some Palo Santo, so please feel free to receive this sacred smoke if you feel called. Time and space are truly an illusion, so you can receive this cleansing and clearing energy as if you were sitting right next to me. So please receive it if you feel called to. Allow Grandfather Fire and this beautiful Palo Santo to help you cleanse and clear away anything that is no longer serving you, anything that you would like to leave in the month of July and not carry with you into August. So I'm all about that. All right, so just to give you a quick rundown of the magic menu for today, I am going to start us off with a soul truth card to kind of see what our soul wants us to focus on for the month of August. I am going to get us an angel number. I am also going to get us an oracle card. I'm going to clarify all of that with some tarot, of course. And then finally, I'm going to close us out with a mantra / affirmation that would be helpful to bring into the month of August. So if that sounds really good to you, then please stick around. And if you are enjoying my content, please like, share, and subscribe. I would greatly, greatly appreciate it, as I am a very small channel. I am clearly trying to grow, and I would really, really appreciate your support. Thank you so much. All right, let's get into it. Okay, so let's see what our soul is wanting us to focus on in the month of August. Now, please keep in mind that some of these messages might not resonate with you, or they may resonate in a way that maybe I am not articulating. So really trust your intuition on that one. But if you were drawn to the title of this reading, then most likely there is something in here for you. So keep that in mind. I invite you to take a little deep belly breath with me before I pull the first card. Well, that felt very lovely. Perhaps that's going to be part of your self-care practice in the month of August, maybe doing some more deep breathing or just doing breath work in general for grounding, for centering, for nervous system regulation, all the good stuff. All right, here we go. Am I ready to let go of this buried shame? Wow, that's deep. All right, I'm going to read it. It says, the feeling of shame is the lowest energy frequency there is. When you live in shame, you live in darkness. What part of you is ready to stand in the light? Is there any shame from a past experience that is ready to be healed? Today's soul action. Heal the shame by giving it a name. Bring it to the light and let it be seen, heard, and healed. It is revival season. Replace the shame with your soul's truth. Fill in the blank. My soul's truth is. All right, so I highly recommend, if you like to journal, even if you don't like to journal, I recommend taking out a pen and paper and writing that down. My soul's truth is, okay? And you can, when you feel called, maybe throughout the month of August, you can fill that in when it comes to you, if it doesn't come to you in this now moment. I'm going to read the soul action one more time. So heal the shame by giving it a name. Bring it to the light and let it be seen, heard, and healed. It is revival season. Replace the shame with your soul's truth. So unfortunately, we live in a world, right, where shame is a program. Shame and guilt are programs. They are engraved into our minds and into our hearts from a very young age. There's a lot of things that we can feel ashamed about or feel shame around, on all different levels, right? When it comes to religion, for example, and I'm not calling out religions, but the way that I was raised, there was a lot of shame built and woven into the different practices around that religion, and it sort of perpetuated other issues, particularly my body, right? I had a lot of body image issues and a lot of shame around my body and a lot of shame around food and my physical appearance and feeling unworthy and all that kind of stuff. So that for me was a huge shame piece growing up. Now, obviously for you, it could be something completely different, but if you are dealing with any shame or harboring some sort of shame, which obviously it sounds like you might be, it's about sort of taking an outside perspective, right? And kind of just recognizing it as this neutral thing, right? It's okay, I see it. I see the shame. I get it. It probably maybe originated because of X, Y, and Z, but I wouldn't even psychoanalyze it too much. It's just sort of recognizing that it's present for you. And, you know, you can name it if you want to. Like for me, I would probably say unworthiness, or, not good enough, unworthiness, body issues, or whatever the case might be. So if you want to name your shame, great, you don't have to. But I think personally, the most important thing is to come back home to yourself after you have recognized that it is present, but it's there for a reason. It's serving a purpose. It's helping you actually come back home to yourself. It is awakening you to your truth. Because again, in reality, shame is a program. It is absolutely a program. It's conditioning. And it's something that can be dispelled if we choose to allow ourselves to release it like this card suggests. So the month of August, you might have some difficult emotions, feelings, memories rising to the surface, wanting to be healed, wanting to be transmuted and alchemized and eventually integrated so that you are free from that energy, which, creates space to welcome in new energy, specifically energy that is tied to your truth, not tied to shame or guilt or whatever the case might be for you. It's interesting because I've been doing a lot of Kundalini yoga, and I'm learning. I'm a novice for sure, but one of the mantras that we recite quite a bit is Sat Nam, right? Satnam. I'm going like this because this is part of, the practice. And Sat Nam is really talks about coming back to your truth, or the truth of all that is, your true essence, the essence of life, of what is, and actually not trying to name it or put it into a box or label it, but just embracing the reality of what is all around us exactly as it is, not trying to figure it out or, logicalize things. That's not even a word, I made that up. But it's really just sort of leaning into the mystery of life and allowing that to be the truth. It's a little deep, but that's what it's about, right? So, but if you reflect that back on yourself, it's sort of seeing yourself as this beautiful divine being that is ever growing and evolving and is constantly changing, right? And you are imperfect, but also perfect at the same time. And no one person, place, or thing can define what perfection is anyway, or even imperfection for that matter. Like when you really get down to the nitty gritty, it's just what is. That is the truth, Satnam. Anyway, so you might want to recite that if you feel called to. So we're working through some shame. And ultimately this is freeing up space, right? This is absolutely freeing up space for us to welcome in some new energy that feels more aligned and nourishing and kind, and something that is more so aligned with our true soul essence, right? Shame is not aligned with our true soul essence. It's just not. So are you ready to allow that shame to dissipate? Are you ready to come back to the truth of you? You are worthy simply because you exist, right? Even when it comes to body image and all that sort of thing, why would we allow society to tell us how we should look or how much we should weigh or what our bodies should look like, or it doesn't even make sense, right? It doesn't even make sense. It's a construct. It's a program. That's it. When you recognize that, it's much easier to let it go because there's no reason to attach ourselves to that, or attach ourselves to anything for that matter. When you come back home to yourself, to your truth, to the truth of all that is, detachment is key, right? There's no reason to attach to anything. Everything is impermanent. Yes, this is getting super deep. So let's get an oracle card. Ooh, we're getting a leg up. All right, let's get a few more. What else do we have for the month of August? Ooh, go the distance. I love that card. You might be seeing cheetahs. You might be seeing polar bears. Okay, so interesting. We're also getting here and now, which I love, but it came out in reverse. So whenever a card comes out in reverse, there's usually some sort of a resistant type energy around it, or there's been a delay or something to that effect. So with here and now in reverse, right, past and future, this is about being in the present moment, but it's also acknowledging that you are probably in an in-between phase right now, right? One foot in the past, one foot in the future. You're kind of in limbo. You're in an incubation period, all right? There's something cooking in the oven, you maybe, right? And that could be what this shame story is all about. It's first about letting go of whatever this is attached to so that you can truly be in the present moment. And that kind of comes back to Satnam, right? Embracing the truth of you, embracing the truth of all that is, not trying to change, fix, be anything different, embracing what is, okay? So that to me is this card here. So in reverse, to me, it's just a little reminder, if you will, to come back home to yourself, come back to the present moment where everything is perfect, perfectly imperfect. Do with that what you will, but you are exactly where you're supposed to be. Again, there's no need to change, rush, force, be anything different than other than who you are, right? I'm getting a Dave Matthews song right now. Could I have been anyone other than me? And I look up at the sky. So I do think that question comes into our awareness probably a lot, right? Could we have been anyone other than ourselves? Because we often feel like we're not good enough as we are. So there's a reason why that message is coming through. I feel like it's all tied to this shame story, right? We're feeling ashamed to be our true selves. Why? Because we're afraid that who we are isn't enough. Who we are isn't enough. But we know that's not the truth, right? When we come back to our truth, we remember that who we are is always enough in every now moment. So that to me is this here and now energy. So this is going to be a big theme in the month of August. Come back to the present moment. Remind yourself of your worth and value. Remind yourself of who you are, of your power, of your essence, of your magnetism. All right. A leg up and go the distance. I kind of love this. Okay. First of all, I feel like there's this sort of mama bear energy coming through here. But I feel, it could be somebody in your external reality, but I almost feel like the universe is coming in pretty strongly, really giving us, and it could be this, Mother Earth energy, if you resonate with Mother Earth energy, just really nurturing and holding us and holding space for us to navigate this in-between period right now that we are going through and growing through. A leg up to me is like, you're going to be getting some assistance, some support. Yes, from the divine, but also in your physical reality. I feel like it's coming most likely through the divine, right? Divine orchestration of support. But, it's going to literally show up in your physical reality. And it may show up in the form of another person. That's very true. Especially if you've been seeking more assistance in the physical world, a helpful, like a healthcare professional, a business mentor, a financial advisor, something like that, then for sure. Something is going to be giving you something, or someone is going to be giving you a leg up, all right? An opportunity to grow, to expand, to go in a new direction, to start the thing. It could even be financial assistance. So you're going to be given some kind of support, ethereally and, physically, all right? And with go the distance, this is literally like whatever this leg up is, this opportunity or this support, it's going to allow you to make big, bold moves. All right. And even if it starts out small, it absolutely is going to grow, go the distance. This is also the universe reminding you again of your truth, of your power. You have the ability, the capabilities, the knowledge, the know-how, the wisdom to go the distance, to bring this support and expand it for yourself, right? Because this is just a small thing, but it's going to magnify, it's going to amplify, it's going to, I don't want to say repeat, but it's going to build upon each other, right? Like domino effect energy, okay? So yes, it might be a small thing, but then there's going to be another small thing, another door opening, another person, another resource, another tool. And it's whatever this is for you, it's sustainable, it's long-term, right? And I feel like that's why it's important to step into this energy here of presence, being in the here and now, receiving the gifts, the magic, the medicine that you need in every now moment, because That is what's going to ultimately allow you to go the distance. It's not sustainable to be constantly out of the present moment, to be constantly out of your body, to be constantly up in your head, to be constantly ungrounded, right? Or dysregulated, like not helpful. It's nothing sustainable from that place. So this is absolutely important, right? And that is an egg. So I do feel like, again, there's something cooking, there's something brewing for you. So whether this is around a project, a business idea, an experience of some sort, just some kind of an endeavor that you are going toward, all right? Or let's say this could even be for some of you like a health journey, all right? Whatever it is for you, you're getting a leg up, you're getting the support you need, you're gonna feel very confident about it, and it's going to be worth it. It's going to be worth investing in, receiving, just working together on, right? It's gonna be different for everybody in terms of what this is actually going to be, but you're going to get what you need ultimately. We have an 11 here, we have a 7, we have a 5. So 5s are about change. 7s to me are a very spiritual number. Again, getting that support from the divine. It's also about mastering a soul lesson. Okay, so, and honestly, I think it has a lot to do with this shame piece here. So whatever it is that you have been feeling ashamed around, and maybe it's like, maybe there's something that hasn't worked out in the past and there's a lot of shame built up around that. Like, oh my gosh, I wasted so much time, right? I wasted so much time, money, resources. I could have been spending my energy on something else, or, I tried this thing, I gave it my all, I shouted it from the rooftops, and then it didn't work out. And now people are judging me, that sort of energy. I mean, we could literally feel shame around so many things, but that's why it's so important to come back home to yourself, where none of that energy really even exists. It's not even a thing. It's not even a thing. When you come back here, it is quiet. It is peaceful. It is regenerative. It is supportive. It is compassionate. It is unconditionally loving, right? You are in your neutral mind. You are in your infinite mind. You are not in your ego mind, where anything is possible. So even if something hasn't worked out in the past, you are being given a leg up to go the distance now. So let's get to it, all right? Okay, so now let's get us an angel number. Oh, right, and I didn't speak on 11. 11 is, 11, the number of manifestation, new beginnings. Be mindful of your thoughts, because thoughts become things. Be mindful of the stories you are telling yourself. Again, about the past, about, quote unquote failures, or, appearance, or, whatever the case is. Those stories, those untruths, it's time to look them in the face, face it head on, right? Maybe label it, maybe give it a name if that feels right for you, and then choose to let it go and align with your truth, okay? Align with your truth. So what other angel number is going to be important for us in the month of August, Spirit? 15, I am wise. There it is. Your love for others is powerful, and you are able to spread your gift of support. There's that word support, far and wide. You are curious, and your curious and social nature brings you in contact with a variety of people, all who would benefit from your warm, heartfelt words of wisdom. I am wise, number 15. So also in numerology, a 15 would be a 6. 6 is the number of service. So you are being called to be of service in some capacity. You are an inspiration, you are a guide, you are a way shower, you are a leader. Even if it's not how you make your money, it doesn't have to be your job per se. It's just you being the person that you are. You stepping into your authentic power, you honoring your true self, you letting go of any stories that are built around shame or guilt or untruths in general. Okay, you choosing to do the work, the healing work, the brave and courageous and bold healing work of letting go of those untruths, anything misaligned with your truth. That is inspiring to others. That opens up the door of healing for others, okay? But I do feel like you have this natural way about you. You are a natural nurturer. You are a natural mama bear, right? Even in a symbolic sense. So honor that part about you, because that's a gift. That's a soul gift that you are meant to share 100%. So maybe for some of you, this could very well be around, like I said, some sort of a gift, a talent, a business idea, a creative project that you are meant to share, to, guide others, to lead others, hold space for others. So anyways, let's clarify now with some tarot. All right, here we go. Please clarify here and now. Why is here and now here? Please clarify here and now. Ooh, we're getting the 10 of Cups. We're getting the 10 of Cups, or the 10 of Jars in this deck. So I'm definitely feeling an inner child vibe with this card here. And don't forget, we're in Leo season, right? Not for all of August. We do segue into Virgo season toward the end of the month, but we are in Leo season at the moment. And Leo is correlated to the 5th house, which does talk about our inner child and, you know, childlike wonder and creativity and magic. So, and joy. Okay. So I do feel that on this card. But it is also the 10 of Cups. So cups are our emotions, all right? It's our intuition. It's also our creativity, our creative power. But it talks about love and compassion and kindness and joy, fulfillment on an emotional level. So remember, we got this card in reverse. So to me, being clarified with the 10 of Cups, in the month of August, it's saying we have a huge opportunity here to turn this around. It's also a 10, which would be a completion of a cycle. So one more time, we are completing a cycle that is rooted in shame. We are no more aligned with those stories that are rooted in shame. We are rooting into love. We are rooting into presence. We are rooting into joy, peace, childlike wonder, mysticism, magic, whimsy. Okay, I'm feeling that very strongly with this energy. I feel as though this is what is going to help you stay grounded, centered. You know, it's going to allow you to come back to your eternal center. Okay. This energy right here with this 10 of Cups. Maybe it's spending time with children. Maybe it's spending time with your family, pets, loved ones, soul family members, doing things that bring you joy, doing things that replenish you, revitalize your energy. Fill all 10 cups. All right. You know, spending time with people who do not perpetuate or project stories rooted in shame. Because from this place here, this is nothing but unconditional love. There's no room for shame on this card. There's no room for shame on this land, in this energy, all right? So, you know, this is where you're meant to be now. Even if, let's say, you are trying to build something, or you're desiring to experience something, or you're just desiring to get to the other side of something, let's say. Even if you're not there yet, which I'm assuming you're not, be there now. Be here now, but also be, you know, it's like this, it's the invitation to embody the feeling of what you desire. We don't want to feel shame. We don't want to feel guilt. We don't want to feel like we're not good enough, unworthy. We don't want to feel like things aren't possible for us, right? We want to feel limitless. We want to feel liberated. We want to feel joyful and creative and sovereign, right? Whatever the case might be. We want to feel silly and adventurous. So, you know, do what you can to embody that energy. But part of that is embracing the present moment, right? You know, accepting, okay, this is where I'm at right now. What can I do with this moment? What can I do with this energy to help me remind myself that I am safe to be here in its fullness, in its entirety, even if it's unknown, even if it's an in-between phase, even if I know I'm in an incubation period? How can I embrace this moment from a place of joy, from a place of love and freedom? That to me is what this is saying. Okay. And honestly, when we embody that energy, I'm telling you, that is when the magic happens. That is when shifts take place. That is when solutions arise, opportunities come in, because you are choosing peace over, you know, survival mode almost, right? You're choosing peace over being stuck in the past and being stuck in a loop of low vibrational energy. And there's nothing wrong with that. But eventually we reach a point where we have to make a choice to go in a new direction, because we're just going to be spinning in circles, right? And I feel like whoever's watching this, you have learned what you've needed from those shame spirals, those shame stories. They served their purpose. You're ready to move on. You're absolutely ready to move on. Look how much wisdom you have gained. I am wise, right? Why is a leg up here? Please clarify a leg up. Two of Wands, beautiful. So yes, again, something is definitely coming in terms of a choice or a decision. This is a crossroads. Should I stay? Should I go? This is choosing to plant new seeds of intention. So I do feel like the universe is going to present you with an opportunity. Even if it's not an actual person coming in, it's going to be through an idea, a spark of inspiration, a spark of, creativity. It's going to be something. It's going to be different for everybody, but there will be something that ignites a choice or a decision to go in a new direction, right? And you're going to feel supported in doing that, a leg up. You're not going to feel like you're in it alone. You're going to recognize the signs, the synchronicities, all right? You're just going to know. It's a feeling of knowingness, claircognizance, right? Clear knowing. You're just going to know, okay, it has arrived. Now, what am I going to do with that information? What am I going to do with that knowledge? Then you step into a place of empowerment, right? You are, it's the opposite of feeling powerless. We are not powerless to our circumstances. We are powerful, so deeply powerful, F-U-L-L, right? So, and that to me is what this is here, 100%. This is you looking out, into your future. I know we are in our present moment, right? We are in that present moment energy. This isn't about, trying to skip any steps or move ahead too quickly, but it's also about opening your heart and your mind and your soul to new possibilities. And because of that, because you're doing that work of, letting go of those stories that just do not align, that are not the truth of you, it's allowing you to get back into your body, into the present moment, into your heart space, aligning with joy, making it a priority, seeing life maybe through an eye of beauty and childlike wonder. Whatever the case is, boom, a leg up. Something's coming in, choices presented, okay? That right there is, to me, clear as day, okay? So why is go the distance here? Please clarify. Why is go the distance here? Prince of Swords, nice. Prince of Swords, Queen of Jars at the bottom, which would be the Queen of Cups, okay? So with the Swords energy coming through, and don't forget, go the distance, right? Like, let's incorporate that into this message here. First of all, I love that we're getting masculine and feminine energy. So again, there might be someone coming in, giving you a message, offering you something. There is potentially some communication happening with the Prince of Swords here, all right? And it might even take you aback a little bit because on the card, he looks a little like, whoa, what is going on here? But I don't feel like this is negative because we also have the Queen of Cups coming through. So it might be something that's out of your comfort zone. Whatever this leg up is, or this opportunity that's presented and bringing through the Two of Wands, it might like throw you off course because you're like, oh, I got to make a choice now. I got to make a decision. I got to, this is different. This is new. This is a new landscape. This is new territory. What am I going to do? So when we drop out of our ego mind and we drop into our infinite mind, that is where limitless possibility resides. That is where we tap into our truth, our power, the remembrance of who we are, the remembrance of our true capabilities, many of which you probably haven't even fully tapped into yet. Okay, it's like the fear just dissipates. All becomes possible, right? All becomes possible. We align with pure magic, okay? So, and that to me is what the Queen of Cups is here saying. It's like, what do we do with this energy? We don't run away from it. We don't go into flight, flight, whatever it is. We don't go into survival mode. We drop into our heart. We drop into our intuitive, infinite mind, right? We come back home to ourselves. We come back to the present moment. We align with love. We see this opportunity through the eyes of love, of joy, of gratitude, trusting that we have, like I said, the capabilities, the creative abilities, the intuitive abilities, all of the things, plus the knowledge, plus the wisdom, plus the practical tools with the Prince of Swords to take this all the way, go the distance, okay? And I feel like it's something that you have manifested because we have that 11 energy coming through there. So this is do not doubt your power. And we have the Fool at the bottom of the deck, or the Keeper on this deck, but this is the Fool energy. This is about taking a risk, taking a leap of faith, going in a completely new direction, only taking with you the wisdom that you have gained from past experiences, leaving the rest behind, leaving behind any stories of shame, doubt, fear, guilt, unworthiness, leaving it behind to the best of your abilities, right? The fool travels lightly. But what the fool does take with he or she is their truth. Above all, their truth, okay? And you cannot go in a wrong direction. You cannot make a mistake. Everything is an opportunity for growth in disguise. So yes, it might be a little risky. It might feel a little uncomfortable or awkward to try something again, or to take that risk, or to take that leap of faith. But ultimately, you know you're going to be good no matter what, right? Because you have done the work to get yourself to this place of self-assuredness and self-trust and self-belief. So it's like, it's fine. It's all good. I've got this. No matter what, I've got this. But you also have so much ethereal support coming through, and possibly physical support as well, that are going to help you go the distance. So again, you are not in this alone. You are not in this alone, and you're going to be given so much validation around that. So much validation that the path is being lit for you, and that you are being given exactly what you need in every now moment. So there's no need to try to like future project, or to figure it all out, or to place expectations. No need for any of that. In fact, that takes you out of the present moment. That takes you out of your joy, your peace, your childlike energy. The childlike energy is like a manifestation miracle magic maker, I'm just saying. So, all right, what affirmation should we take into the month of August to wrap this up, please? So some risks might be taken, but ultimately, whatever you choose, you are going the distance. Even if you take a detour, it doesn't matter. Divine detours are just, detours that present growth. A deeper sense of self always emerges from those detours. So you cannot make a wrong choice. Happiness is a choice. Choose it again and again. Okay, so in August, happiness is a choice. 10 of Cups. Choose it again and again. So again, no matter what crosses your path, you can still choose happiness. You can, I firmly believe that chaos or discomfort and happiness and joy can coexist. It is possible. In fact, that's what helps us get through. That's what helps us navigate it. That's what helps us stay grounded and centered. That's what helps us stay aligned with our truth. And that is what helps us not get tangled up in stories built around shame or just untruths and limiting beliefs in general. Okay, so this is not happiness, right? That is what I want to leave you with here. We are aligning with truth, happiness, freedom, childlike wonder, and because of that, we are being given some sort of leg up in the month of August to go the freaking distance, to share what we know, to share our heart, our magic, our gifts, our talents, our abilities. People are waiting to receive our unique soul magic. We are doing them a disservice by not showing up. So you are being called to show up. And it starts with you choosing happiness. It starts with you choosing joy. It starts with you choosing the present moment. And it also starts with you letting go of any sort of shame, fear-based stories from your past that no longer align with you. All right. So I hope that you found this message helpful. Please don't forget, if you resonated with this message, if you found it helpful, please feel free to share, but definitely like and subscribe to my channel. I would so deeply appreciate that. I am sending you all so much love, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Take care. Bye.